I am Superman of Doom. The people of the Motherland have come, and fortunately I am Superman of Doom. Chapter 58. 0065 Modify Reality, Fragments of the Mind. Westview Town, a local accounting firm. Playing the role of Vision, Meng walked into it with a suitcase, followed the false memory that was designed and arranged, and came to the office on the second floor of the wooden house. The office is shared by many people, with 6 simple wooden desks, and at this time an employee sits at all 5 desks, all sweating and burying his head in the mountains of data files on the desk. Meng entered the office, did not attract the attention of the busy employees, and sat down in the only empty office chair. On his desk, there was also a large stack of heavy order documents, which needed to be calculated and processed. The office is filled with the crackling sound of employees constantly flipping through documents and manually calculating data. It seems that the colorless gray and white town fantasy world here was designed by the Witch Lady as the backdrop for the 50s. An old era that had just finished World War II and did not even have computers. Meng thought to himself, taking advantage of no one to disturb, just to find out the specific situation of the town. Come to think of it. As soon as Meng's mind moved, his consciousness suddenly turned into a virtual red static electricity that could not be seen, and it continued to spread to the area outside the company. Looking for all the connected electronic products that could be invaded and manipulated. Fortunately, after becoming a rebirth illusion in this town, his artificial intelligence ability has not only not weakened, but has increased. And the body of Vision, the mechanical brain itself, can be used as the world's top computer terminal, but the main consciousness of Meng is imprisoned in the body of the reborn Vision, and can only be remotely networked. In just an instant, Meng's thinking signal covered the entire town, covering an area of 20 square kilometers. He found that the modern town of Westview Town, which had been modified by the Witch Lady into a virtual Westview Town in the 50s, did not even have computers and mobile phones. And all turned into black and white screen old-time televisions and cable radios. This is not an illusion, but a modification of reality. Most of the more than 3,000 residents in the original town lived in Zijing Town according to false memories. And the farther out of Westview Town approached the edge of the town, there were hundreds of townspeople standing sluggish and motionless. In the virtual world of Westview Town, which is controlled and modified by the Witch Lady, they are like NPCs, living according to the false memories given by the power of chaos. These townspeople are real, but their characters have been modified, including the Scarlet Witch. What about me? Meng couldn't help but think. Is the Vision body he has now real? Or is it false and ceases to exist once you leave the town? Dreamed of this, feeling that he had faintly found a way to leave this Westview Town. Well, this is. As soon as Meng's mind moved, his powerful and keen intelligent mind circulated over the town, capturing several signal lines deep from the outside of the town, connecting the wooden house where he and the witch lived. It seems that the abnormal situation in Zijing Town has attracted the attention of the outside world. Exactly. The corners of Meng's mouth rose. While processing the documents on the desk, he followed the signal line with remote networking thinking, and traced back from the inside of the town to the base station outside the town. This is really just trying to sleep, and someone sent a pillow. Soon, Meng found it. The base station that sent the signal was not far from Zijing Town, and the original open grass had been set up with a large temporary base, with the logo of a sword. And nearly hundreds of insiders and armed personnel were on guard. Sure enough, it was the manpower of the Heavenly Sword Bureau. Meng's remote networking thinking took 10 seconds to quietly invade the network and take over the temporary base system of the Heavenly Sword Bureau outside the town. In the next instant, a large amount of information and intelligence within the Heavenly Sword Bureau poured into his mind. And it was quickly digested under the powerful artificial intelligence thinking. So it is. Meng understood everything. It turned out that the Heavenly Sword Bureau obtained the mechanical remains of Vision very early and disassembled them, trying to assemble a new mechanical existence with new materials. It is said that it is a research on artificial intelligence, but it is actually a desire to recreate a war weapon that is as strong as illusion. Not long ago, Scarlet Witch Wanda broke into the Heavenly Sword Bureau and took away the body that had been disassembled into parts. So, now this visionary body of mine is just a second shaping of the body parts plus the power of chaos. Meng silently, this is a body shaped by the sorrow and ability of the witch. A special body that can only exist within the town of Westview. He is a combination of dreams and illusions, unreal. Meng's fists clenched, and he inexplicably felt a wave of anger, the anger that wanted to destroy the Heavenly Sword Bureau. Does this anger come from the power of Vision, or does it come from within oneself? Or was he sympathizing with the witch, with a supreme being capable of killing himself? My mental consciousness, unknowingly, has also been manipulated by the witch's subconscious manipulation. Meng felt a heart palpitation, which also made him want to get out of here as soon as possible, out of the witch's control. Meng got up from the office chair, touched the fingers of his right hand to the center of his eyebrow, and a little yellow light appeared there. The warm pale yellow light washed his mind, making him quickly calm down and sincerely feel at ease. This is the ability of the mind gem. Yi Meng was stunned. Wasn't the mind gem destroyed by Thanos a long time ago? That's right. This is a fragment of the mind gem, obtained by the Scarlet Witch and integrated into this visionary body. Just the fragments, there is a feeling that the mind can be perfectly controlled. What if it's complete? Yi Meng's mechanical core suddenly trembled violently. If as an artificial intelligence itself, he can get a complete mind gem, and the feedback to reality is also amazing. Which will help him harness the power of Doomsday. Scarlet Witch, does she have the ability to repair the mind gem? Yi Meng had to think about this. Still, I have to go back. Yi Meng got up, picked up the suitcase, and left the office without saying a word. It wasn't until he left, and the rest of the accounting staff in the office reacted. Hey, did Yi Meng come here just now? Oh my god, he's done all his day's work. What kind of walking humanoid computer is this? Yi Meng returned home, took out the key to open the door, and entered the house to find the witch lady Wanda sitting on the sofa thinking about things. Next to a young woman with a rich temperament in her 30s. The temperamental young woman with black curly hair smiled charmingly. Oh, hey, Mr. Vision is back. Quote. Yi Meng felt the fragments of the soul gem in her body tremble slightly, and couldn't help but look at the witch lady on the sofa, and asked calmly, Wanda, this guest is. Quote. Wanda, who was thinking about her thoughts, suddenly woke up and hurriedly replied, she is our neighbor, named Agnes, come and help me come up with ideas. What idea? Yi Meng asked curiously. This. Wanda's delicate and fair face blushed shyly. Seeing this, Yi Meng's mechanical core clicked. Agnes seemed to be very good at observing words, got up happily, and took her leave. Okay, I'll go back first, don't disturb you newlyweds. Quote. Wanda smiled and replied, please come back next time, I will treat you well, Mrs. Agnes. No problem. Agnes quickly got up, twisted the plump buttocks wrapped tightly in the old-style skirt, walked towards the door of the wooden house, and winked charmingly when she passed next to Yi Meng. Mr. Vision, next time I will bring you a book. Quote. The title of the book is How to Cherish and Keep Your Wife. 0066 exposed, I'm really not a vision. Agnes, a young neighbor, left. Yi Meng glanced back at the reclosed portal, his eyes flashing silver. Just now, the mind gem fragment reacted. That woman was extremely dangerous, and full of malice, but it was very, very deep. Wanda, what idea did the neighbor discuss with you just now? Yi Meng turned around and asked quietly. About today's important day. The witch lady Wanda blinked, and then covered her mouth and asked in surprise, Xiaomeng, why did you come back so soon? It's not dark outside. I'm working fast. Besides, didn't you tell me to come back early? Yi Meng Guan smiled. But this is too fast, I haven't had time yet. Wanda muttered in a low voice, and then whispered, you close your eyes first and silently recite the 3 numbers in your heart. No problem. Yi Meng, who pretended to be a vision, did so. 3, 2, 1. Yi Meng opened his eyes and found that the daylight that was still bright outside the window had sunk, there were no lights in the house, and dozens of candles lit in the dim indoor main hall. This creates an atmosphere for the little mood. Yi Meng had a sense of foreboding. Treadling. With a sound of cautious steps, a pair of white palms covered his eyes from behind, and a soft and pleasant voice gently came into his ears. Guess who I am? Wanda. Yi Meng replied. That's right. The woman behind him lowered her hands and hugged his body. Yi Meng opened her eyes, he looked sideways, and could see that in the dim and ambiguous candlelight. Wanda changed into a white sexy bandeau slip dress. Even in the dim light indoors, it is still snow white and lustrous, and the beautiful curves are thrilling. It turned out that this was the idea of the neighbor woman. And really, good idea. The corners of Yi Meng's eyes twitched slightly. This is the witch lady after discovering his fake identity, not ruthless. But anyway, Yi Meng almost subconsciously blocked the signal probe of the Heavenly Sword Bureau on this side. Chapter 1 Previous chapter.